right? Shalom.
Shalom.
With the Hebrew Israelites, bringing it out here in Houston, Texas. Before we get started, we'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to our elders and apostles. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered across the four corners. Like I said, this is a Houston GMS, Great Millstone Camp. And we're going to bring it out today. Like today, we're going to go over the 12 tribes of Israel. You have Judah, which is the so-called Negroes, Benjamin, which is the West Indians, Levi, which is the Haitians. This will be your northern tribe, right? No, this is the southern tribe, Salakia. Benjamin, Levi, and Judah. Then we have the northern tribe, which is the head tribe is Ephraim, which is the so-called Puerto Ricans. We got Simeon, which is the Dominicans. We got Issachar, which is so-called Mexicans. These are all bywords that this Esau Edom, this white man, has put on us and labeled us because we are the true children of Israel. But we have been labeled under these bywords. Okay? Zebulun is from Guatemala to Panama. Naphtali is from Argentina to Chile. Asher is from Colombia to Uruguay. Gad is the North American Indians. And Reuben is the Seminole Indians. So these are the 12 tribes of Israel. Can somebody give me Psalm 83?
This Psalms chapter 83. Start right at the top. Psalms chapter. You gotta say it a couple times. Make sure you get that first. I got you. This Psalms chapter 83 and verse 1. It says, "Keep not thou silence, O God, and hold not thou peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult."
Okay, the enemies make a tumult. That's what you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you Israelites, don't understand that you have an enemy. You have an enemy, and it's outlined. We're going to go through it.
It says, "Thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head."
Yes, these other nations, they hate the Most High. They hate his laws, they hate his statutes, and they hate his people. Look around the world today. Look at what has been done to all of the people that were on that list that we just went over. All of them been into chattel slavery. Your enemy does things like that to you. A person that loves you is not going to do something like that to you.
We got the word tumult in the Strongs. This is H1993 Hama, and that's a great commotion, to rage, a war, a clamor, or to cry aloud, or to be disquieted, or to growl, or to murmur. So our enemies were really going to war against us. But you got it,
yeah. Our enemies are at war at us. But it said they have lifted up the head that hate thee.
And if I can add on, because you got these elites of these other nations. And think about it, they understand the scriptures. Like it said in Judith the 5th chapter, how the nations know that as long as we go off from our power, they can overcome us. So of course, when we set up like Revelation 11, I kind of hold one on deck, but Revelation 11, it says that once we was those dead bodies, they sent gifts one to another, that we was taken down. The northern and southern kingdom was taken down. So how we see that today playing out in this world? That's why you have Esau ruling the world, and he'll give Moab different companies to put up in the hoods, right? The hair shop, the weave shops, so on and so forth. The Arabs, the gas stations, the liquor stores, these false pastors. But all nations are in on the so-called white man plot on how we can keep the nation of Israel down, how we can further oppress them to the point that they ain't gonna know who they are. These are ongoing things. This is what they talk about in those secret meetings, man. Yeah, they talk about, they feign it as they talking about the climate agenda, or we need to go green. But in the real talks, they talking about how we can keep these people oppressed. You got it. It says, Psalms 83 and verse 3, it says, "They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may no more be in remembrance."
Like I said, on that sign, all of those names were bywords. all of those names were bywords. Nobody ever said, hey, y'all are the Hebrew Israelites of the Bible. You know, the ones that Moses, you know, the Most High brought out of Egypt, you know, with a cloud, with a flame by day, a flame by night, and a pillar by day. You know, nobody said, hey, you know, the Most High is y'all's power. Y'all should obey him, and then things will be good for you. But no, they said, hey, y'all Negroes, y'all niggas, specks, tontos, you know.
This is Psalm 2. Why did the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing?
Speak it up.
This is Psalm 2. Why did the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh, the Lord shall have them in derision. So these people are coming up with means of how they can further our downfall and push us against our power so they can have us in derision. Make us a lower people than what we should be.
A band and cord is used to hold something together. They said, let us break their bands asunder, our connection from our power. Right. Once they cut that off, they know they can do anything to us. And you gotta lock in.
That's what they have done. I mean, look at our culture now. Look at black culture. You know, this so-called white man has all the nations. They separated us from our power, and look at us now. We got Big Shirley, we got Pookie and Ray Ray, we got you know, little children walking around lewdly. You know, we got whole culture. I mean, look at our people. We are destroyed.
I got a quick one for you. Sit back here. We gotta do it. It's Lamentations chapter 2 and verse 15. All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth?
And the Lord gave us laws, statutes, and commandments, so, you know, so we would be over these heathen nations. So they would look at us as they would reverence us. They would see us and say, oh, what a great and wonderful people. But guess what? They have destroyed us. They have made a tumult. They've lifted up the head. They put us in derision. I mean, we're the laughing stock of the world now, you know, because we failed to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments that our power gave to us.
It says, all thine enemies, Lamentations 2 and 16, all thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and wag their teeth and gnash their teeth. They say, as what you was going into, they actually did these things. They accomplished it. It says, they say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly, this is the day that we look for. We have found, we have seen it.
I mean, and look around. I mean, look around. Because I can't even stand our people anymore. I mean, yesterday, so-called Thanksgiving, you know, people, all nations got together and eating turkey and shit, basically celebrating the downfall of our brothers. You know, the massacre of the North American Indians. You know, what kind of shit is that? But, you know, they have told us these things, and we believe them because Esau ain't nothing but a lie.
Just going into the curses, because everything you spoke about, it goes back to us, you know, like you said, we fell off of following the commandments, so the Lord gave us over until their hand, you know. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 36.
Oh, you had that too.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai shall bring thee and thy king, which thou shalt set over thee, unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, and there thou shalt serve other gods, wood and stone. Thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai shall lead thee. So that's what we see now. Just like the brother brought in Lamentation, you know, they had saying in Lamentation.
Oh, this is the day we have looked for, we found, we have seen it.
Come on. So that's when we become astonishment to them. They see us and they say, this the people. You know, the how do you say the scripture, the beauty of excellency, perfection of beauty.
Right. But yeah, that was like we were, earlier before camp, we were watching the Apostle Tahar on the Shirley show, and you know, the so-called white folks, they were just laughing at them. They would tell them, look, y'all gonna go into captivity. The only way for us to get recompense is for them to go into the people that done these things to us, for us to do them to them. And the so-called white man was laughing at them. Right. They were just, I mean, they were just chuckling and joking. There would be people passing. We was taking a photo.
This is Judith chapter 5 and verse 20, and this is Achior, the captain of the Ammonites speaking. He's speaking to Holofernes, breaking them down how to overcome the Israelites. Because what you need, what has happened in this day, we've been completely dominated by these other nations, especially Esau Edom, the head, in Psalms 83. He's taking control. I mean, the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked, but he's dominating this wickedness. These small hats, they know everything that makes us go off, and that's what they feed us. All the information, the music, the food, everything that we look at, everything that we take in is to make us go off. But they're supposed to be the people. You're supposed to rule in righteousness. You're supposed to put wickedness out of the earth. And these are the people, and you're in the land. Wickedness is supposed to be completely out of the earth in these times, but it's not. We're at the height of wickedness.
Right. Hey, if I can add, like y'all have one out earlier, when they be having these summit meetings, okay, that's all those nations coming up against us. Okay, the further and more seeing on how we can make them go on war. You know, how can we go up against the Israelites? You know, if you think about it, every other nation is in those meetings except us. We have no representation for us. No representation. Okay? But our Savior is coming. Okay, that's why, hey, salvation is for who? It's for us, man. We the ones that need to be delivered from something, man. These other nations are getting fat food off us, man. We the ones at the bottom, man. But you brothers got it.
Man, it's the scripture, remember what you said? I think it's a Sirach, and my brother know. It says, all the nations the Most High have set over them a king, but Israel, the Most High is their king. Right. You know, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah is our king. We don't need nobody to sit in those meetings. And look, that's the perks we got of having the Creator as our king. It ain't gonna be no trade deals. You know, let's sit down and sign these papers. It ain't gonna be no talking. Everybody gonna have to get down with our program, and that's it, and that's that.
That's it. That's right. That's right. And you know, if I can add, like the video you mentioned earlier, that's what Apostle Tahar was going into. Then, this is 30 years ago. They were going into it then, saying, okay, yeah, y'all laughing now, but this is what does say the Bible, man. Not me. This is what the scriptures say. Y'all are gonna go into captivity, man. Y'all have led into captivity, then you're gonna go into captivity, man. That's only righteous. You see, because they're doing something by putting us in captivity and now saying, forget about it. Oh, no, bro, that's not how it works. We're going to get that dick back. Thus said the Lord.
This is Judith chapter 5 and verse 20. Now, therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their God.
Yeah, if I can add, because it's beautiful when you started, like early on in that chapter, Achior, he went through our nation, starting from Abraham, then Abraham to Isaac, then Isaac to Jacob, then Jacob to Moses raising up and coming out of Egypt. And he went through that history. It's like, now they're here. And this is the history of those people. Right. And look, let me tell you about them. So this is his point in time. What's going on? That's cool. Yep, because he's going into the history. And so at the conclusion of things, this all the nations know, man.
And it's all throughout the scriptures. How our Lord, our power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, delivered us out of captivity. And what happened? We went off again, went back into captivity, delivered us out of that captivity, the book of Judges. But until today, when Yahweh Shai returns, we get these new bodies, it's not going to be any more captivity.
Right. Because of what? We're not going to have that new heart. We're not going to go off no more.
Right.
But okay, and again, going back to when they have these meetings, okay, and like the brother had brought out earlier, if you look in, if you go in the hood and you look at every corner store, that's who own it? Moab. Okay, they serving you what? Liquor, okay, cigarettes, okay. What's the delicacy here? Pork, okay. They don't have those laws to go up against. Okay, who the ones that's going off? We the ones going off, and I think the scripture to say that we haven't offended, they are offended. Okay, but they set us up to offend.
Judah chapter 5 and verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their power,
sin. What? Somebody get that? John 3 and 4. 1 John 3 and 4. Because our people don't even know what sin is. Right. You know, we've been raised up in this society. You know, and they said, well, you're born into sin, but we don't even know what the fuck sin is. Right. You know, somebody got it?
I got it. And just real quick, that's what I was saying. That's the point I was just making. We can sin. These other nations don't sin. Okay? Yeah, they're going off, but they don't. We the only ones that can sin because we the only ones that was given the law, man. Okay? They're lawless people, man. Okay? That's why they can go and eat pork, okay, and they don't get sick and shit like that. But hey, number one for high blood pressure, diabetes, okay, all these ailments is who? Jake, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Because we have been given a law, we have been given a way, a standard to live.
And our enemies are they know that law.
That's right.
And they forcing us to break the law.
That's right.
And they telling us the law is done away with. Right. They say, oh, well, you don't have to worry about that. You know, hey, you can eat whatever, you know, bless it and eat it. Right. But that's not true. That's not what these scriptures say.
Right. Even our people are so supersonic.
No, you got. I was just about to say, because technically everybody can sin. Because remember, the Most High, He said the sins of Babylon have reached unto the heavens. So everybody can sin because He's going to judge these heathens for their sins, for their wickedness. But why we get punished for it? Because He made a covenant with us not to do it. Right. You see, so when we go off, that's why we get punished. That's why we get sick. You know, that's why we die. That's why people go, hating one another and baby mama drama. Because in Deuteronomy 28, because we made a covenant, you know, and their blood was sprinkled on us as Israelites. So that's why when we go out, we get put in captivity. But these heathens, they didn't make a covenant with the Lord, but at the end of the day, He's still going to judge them for breaking His law. You know, they don't get judged on spot for it. The ultimate judgment will come at the end, you know.
Yes. 1 John 3 and verse 4, it says, whosoever committed sin, transgressing also the law. So, go ahead. For sin is the transgression of the law.
So sin is the transgression of the law. And how do you know the law? You have to get back into this book. You can't start in the New Testament because the law is in the Old Testament. You have to go back and get into these words. Get into these words. You got to get into Leviticus 11. It tells you your dietary law. You know the book of the laws. You have to get into that. You know, because our people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. You know, you got that Psalm 50. Okay.
This is Judah chapter 5 and 20. Now therefore, my Lord and governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
Yeah.
Why? Because hey, if we going off, and the people like they knew it. This guy knew it. He was breaking it down to them. If we're going off, Yahweh's going to turn his back on us. Yahweh should be outside. So we're not going to be protected. So he's saying if they're going off and the Lord isn't protecting them, hey, you got free reign. Go ahead, do what you want to do. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their power defend them and their power be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world. You don't want to be embarrassed like that, like the Ammonites when we came out of Egypt, trying to come up against us, getting their asses squished. Them Amalek picking off the old people in the back.
Children, when we come out of Egypt,
Picking off the weak ones in the back. And you don't want to be like them. You want to get us when we're at their weakest. And right now we are at our weakest. But when we're at our weakest, it's really at our strongest. That's when we're really going to start calling on the name of the Lord. At our weakest moments.
That word iniquity means sin compounded on top of sin. He said, if there be no iniquity in this people, then their power will fight for them. And that's what we're out here trying to call our people into remembrance. Hey, you need to turn back to the law, statutes, and commandments, because so our power will fight for us. You know, so we won't be those people with iniquity. You know, so destroyed like we have been. We need to come back to our power.
It's in Psalms 50, verse 16.
But unto the wicked, the Most High said,
The wicked, Esau, Edom. We're talking about Esau, Edom here.
go ahead, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes? Or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth?
See, the so-called white man says that he's the people of the book. But when you go to his law system, when you go to his courthouse, he'll have you sign in, you know, put your hand on the Bible, and then he throws it away. You know, he does not regard the Most High's laws at all. He used it so he could get the people under his foot, and then he pulled the old switcheroo. You know, that's the so-called white man. That's his MO. You know,
this is Isaiah 24 and verse 5. It says, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. And that's like what the brother going into. They changed the laws. They set up their own laws, and they want us to go by their laws. Not and then tell us that the laws that the Most High set up are done away with. Okay? But hey, and like you said in Job 9:24, I've just been giving it to the hands of the wicked. It's their time to prove right now. So yeah, they got that rain right now, but hey, a change is coming. We see it. What you got now? Psalms 50 and 17, seeing thou hatest instruction and casting my words behind thee, when thou sawest the thief, then thou consentest with him, and hast been partaker with adulterers.
he's talking about Esau, Edom. You know, that's the way he operates. That's the way he operates.
Right.
I mean,
right. Right. Because hey, if I can add real quick, because okay, like for example, on some of their laws, okay, somebody that commits murder, okay, somebody, just any law, okay.
Murder's a good one because you can murder. Somebody can murder somebody, especially an Edomite, and they can bump that down to a manslaughter.
Bump it down to a manslaughter, give him a lesser sentence, or have him brought in jail for life. Okay, until this man as he fades away, that could be 50 years, 60 years. But what does the law tell you? The law is just, hey, if that man, if he commits murder, he should be killed right then. No, you're not going to sit there and let that man do something like that. Okay? Because what Esau does, he try to get as much benefit off of that person as he can. You see? That's why, hey, that's an example of him going away with the laws that were set up, and he do his own laws. You see?
everything he wants for profit. He wants to put you in jail and have your family pay so they can call you. So he wants you to put money on their books so you can earn so you can eat some chips while you're in prison. He wants to charge you for ink pens. He wants to charge you for everything instead of, hey, the law says if you commit this crime, this is the punishment. It ain't none of this drawing it out for 50 years. It ain't none of this fleecing off of the family for, every month.
Hey, and the laws are universal. Wherever you at in Israel, if you in Issachar land, if you in Judah, it's the same law. Here in Babylon the Great, each state has their own law.
That's confusing.
Yeah.
It's confusion.
Has their own law how they handle stuff when you say you're united. Nah, bullshit.
Got it, man. Psalms 50 and 19, thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, thou slanderest thine own mother's son.
That's what this so-called white man has done. He's that's our twin brother, our evil twin brother. We're the righteous, and he is the wicked, right? But he's on every corner. He's slandering us. He's feeding us pork, and then he's calling to the Most High, telling the Most High, well, look at what your people are doing. Look at what they're doing. You said if they do these things that you would destroy them. Well, hey, he's furthering their cause.
These things hast thou done, and I kept silence.
Yeah, the Most High has let these people destroy us. I mean, ultimately, the Most High is the one that did it. But the Lord has kept silence. Yahweh Shemel Shai has kept silence during these parts. But guess what?
Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such an one as thyself, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes.
So the Most High he's written the words. He said he's going to reprove you, so-called white people. You Edomites. He's going to set things in order and put one that is profitable up in the stead. Instead instead of the rulership that's here now.
Anybody got anything?
Hey, this is Micah chapter 2, and verse 1. It says, "Woe unto them that devise iniquity, and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand, and the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked." So this is what they constantly doing. They do like thinking of evil things, what to do. How can I get these fucking niggers and spicks and wetbacks? How can I fuck up their lives even more? How can I fucking turn the women against them even more? How can I turn everybody against them? Or how can I destroy them even more? How can I cause more cancer? How can I wreak more hell on earth? While looking like I'm an upstanding individual. And this is going on all around the world. So verse 2, "And they covet fields and take them by violence." This is what's happening all around the world. Here, Gaza, wherever you look, wherever Esau Edom is, this is what he's doing. If you see Esau Edom roll up in your land, you ain't never seen a man with leprosy before, hey, you better watch out. When you see that nigga in your neighborhood, they talk about when you see niggas in your neighborhood, watch out. When you see that nigga come into your neighborhood or anywhere around your shit, hey, what's going on?
He's the ultimate culture vulture. I mean, the so-called white man he's all around the earth trying to push his laws and his agenda and stealing, rape, robbing the resources out of their land. There's no place on this earth that the so-called white man has shown up and it's been a better place. He's always came in with his death and destruction and his craziness. You know, he's got these people now, they think that it's okay for a man to be with a man. I mean, come on. Even a dog knows that you can't procreate like that. But he's got these people, he's tricked them, he put them in a trick bag because they're cutting off their own parts. You know? It used to be, it's like, hey, you know, we need to feed these third Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans some of this what they call it, saltpeter, that they used to put it in the food in the government cheese, different kinds of birth control. Yeah. But now they got these moles, they cutting their stuff off voluntarily. Yeah, they don't even, you know.
You ain't got to do it no more.
Hey, and speaking of what you're saying about the cheese, that's what they did before. It's always been a war against Israel, man. Okay, to slow them down, to stop them from procreating. You see, now it's to the point to where we ain't even got to do that no more. We can put it right in your face, and they just walking right in line, man. Okay, that made it seem like that's okay to be like that, man. Okay, and that's contrary. Again, he's against the laws. He's against righteousness, man. This is a wicked person, man. It must be stopped.
And he says that, what did he say?
They even added on to that, they have a thing, they call it forced sterilization, where you go into a doctor, you think you're getting a checkup or whatever, and when they're doing all kinds of stuff to you, whatever, say they're doing a blood test or whatever, giving you a booster shot, really they sterilize you. This is coming out all over the world. Look at every country around the world. Whatever minority communities, they've been forcibly sterilized. And this is that evil nigga. But let me finish this off. This is Micah chapter 2 and verse 2. "And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man, his house, even a man in his heritage." So they all around oppressing everybody. Everybody's oppressed by this man. And all they want what you got, what you had, what you're gonna have, and they want your future too. So they want you getting all what's that? They want you in the metaverse. They don't even want you being in this shit no more. And then they want you in the metaverse, and then they saying, okay, who's gonna rule the metaverse? So also you're gonna be ruled in the fucking metaverse. You're gonna be. You cut it out.
This is Psalm 64:4. This is going into the counsel of the wicked, which is Esau Edom. It says that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Right. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They consume of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. So they going into how they can make us go off completely, being that the earth is giving it to their hands. So they got the free reign to do it.
Right.
They got the free reign to put it on.
Then that goes into when they be having them summit meetings, G16, 20, okay? When they be having them summit meetings, that's their council. That's what they talking about, how they can make us continue to go off, man.
Continually. They do it in secret. They don't think anybody will see it. But everything that we bringing out, that we constantly bring out from apostles on down, they did it in secret. How did it get out? How is it something we're telling your secret councils in public? How is that?
Because going off of what you had said, in 50 and 16, I believe it was, he said, because he thought that he was, that the Most High was with him. See, because he's been going along with this. Hey, this devil even think that this shit gonna last forever, man. You see? But this is Ecclesiastes 8 and verse 11. It says, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. You see, because they thinking that what they're doing is okay. Okay? Them setting up men, men with each other, okay? Women being with each other. Okay? They thinking that because they've been getting away with this for so long that it's okay, that the Most High is with it. But no, man, you've been set in a trick bag, man, at the end of the day. You see? Yeah, right.
So we're gonna wrap it up.
It's Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him.
And that's what we're out here doing. We're out here proclaiming that we are the true Hebrew Israelites, the people of the Bible, and that we're proclaiming that Esau Edom is the so-called white man. You know, we standing out here in great boldness against those that have oppressed us.
Hey, it's real quick, and like I said, on them that afflicted him, like when we started with your enemies, okay? That's all these other nations. They have afflicted us. Who is the us? Afflicted them. Who is the them? The Israelites. Okay? They have been afflicting us, man. You see? But you got it out.
And made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for.
And that's what the brother was just talking about in these meetings. They're wondering, how do these people know what's going on?
Right.
But with that, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. We're getting ready to have camp. We'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honors to our elders and apostles. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom.
Shalom.